We had an exceptional year in 2019. Everything started to click, social media, coaching, all of it. And then we hit 2020 and we had some big goals and some things we wanted to do. We talked about a second space and then stuff happened.
Confirmed COVID-19 cases in the U.S. tops 11,000. The U.S. hunkers down to fight an invisible enemy.
Back in March, we were the first gym to close in Tucson. We made that right out of the gate. We didn't know what was going on. There wasn't a lot of information from the CDC yet. And we didn't know what to do. We didn't know how serious it was. There wasn't any idea of how COVID was really gonna affect people moving forward. So we just bit the bullet, shut the gym down until further notice. And maybe we can't prevent the spread everywhere, but if we can help our people and protect our people, that was the decision we decided to make. And they ran with that. And we started to put out equipment, because the gym's gonna be closed and it's just gonna collect dust.
Chris is here checking in again. Guys, we got Wednesday work today. We're gonna go 6 and 6, right? That's gonna be from the floor. Checking in for day 2 of our quarantine workout series.
During the shutdown, we really just wanted to keep our community intact. Post a video, here's the workout, tag us.
But our jumping jack, just like you did in high school.
And just trying to help everybody feel like we were still connected and doing things.
Starts to the side, coming up to the top.
It ended up being a little over 10 weeks, which was a long time, and I was definitely a little bit tense there. I didn't know what was gonna happen. Right away, we cut classes down 50%, 25% in some settings. It was as strict as we possibly could. We had a class of 12 and they were back squatting, and we had every weight taken outside and we were bleaching everything and really above and beyond. And then thankfully we started getting more information from the government and CDC, and we didn't have to do all that stuff, but we were doing the most, as kids would say. We push fitness here, but over the years it's certainly evolved into something more, and the feedback we get all the time is it's just a great community. And it's very much a tribe, and I'm just trying not to mess it up. It's not necessarily about being the strongest or being the fastest, but it's just the pursuit of something, and that's our definition of fitness, and everybody in here has a pursuit. It's a culture of effort in every sense of the word, and that's what we push, it's just effort. Physical fitness and community have just this gigantic role in our overall health. Your body perceives stress the same way, whether it's emotional, mental, or physical stress, it's all the same. So if we're sitting at home, isolated, stressed out about not seeing anybody, your body's treating it the same way, and your immune system is reacting accordingly. So get out and get some sun and be active and converse with the people that you love. And if you're scared of hugging them, maybe don't give them a hug yet. Give them the elbow, but don't neglect the things you need.
198? 198, let's go.
It is a refuge, and it is a place to come and de-stress and kind of unload and just check out for a little bit.
275, Yehuda. Good job, dude.
We're just trying to keep that love and feel alive.
Have a wonderful day. Good job today, guys.
We had to put it to the test, we couldn't be open, and we couldn't do this and we couldn't do that. And I've understood humility, but I've never felt more humbled in my life than when all those people decided to continue paying and yeah, we're gonna keep it open, and the community carried it. They have, cleaning supplies, protocols when they come in, there are protocols when they leave. We're constantly staying in contact with everybody in regards to wearing masks. When they're in their said area, 8 feet apart, they don't have to wear it when we're doing really hard exercise work. And, we open out the doors. We're lucky to have a kind of an open air place, and we haven't had to close for any major exposures or anything like that. We're still lucky we have 2 locations, and our positive COVID tests in 2 gym locations with, almost 200 members is still in the single digits since March. The people here walk outside and they get vitamin D and they work out and they probably have amazing immune systems, but I feel like as long as we're operating safely and we're communicating with our members and asking for them to communicate with us, we can absolutely operate safely right now and make sure we're protecting other people outside of here. And I do think that, albeit the The craziness is contagious too, like so is calm. Like calm is contagious, and we've been really calm and really forthcoming with that. And as a result, our community is calm too. You know, we're really trying to protect people, you know, and I think they feel that, and I think they're on board with it as well. You know, the business is living kind of check to check right now. I have friends that close and they'll never open again. You know, it's really unfortunate. At its worst, we were probably operating at 30% revenue from what we did before, which was tough. But we were able to keep the coaches paid and keep the bills paid. And at the end of the day, like, that's all we wanted. And we really had to shift focus, and the focus was just like, keep the community alive. And I just love it. Like, I love to do this, and I would do it for free if I could. Like, I absolutely would have a nonprofit gym for free, and you know, you could only work out here if you try really hard all the time. You know, if you show up every day. Like, I would love to have that. There's just so much intrinsic value that you get from seeing somebody grow. You know, like the hardest thing in the world to do is walk into the gym. You learn so much from those moments where like you want to quit and you don't. And it could just be a Wednesday ride for me in the hills. And I'm riding really hard up a hill and I just want to stop or want to take it easy. And you just say, no, you're almost to the top. Just go, you know, and you switch a gear and stand up and try even harder. And I love that feeling of accomplishment. It's time to interject some new routine, right? Some new priorities, and really work on just making ourselves healthier as a whole. We can go for a run, we can go on a hike, we don't need equipment, you know, we can carry some heavy stuff. Your body will feel better, your immune system is strengthened through that, you know, and your body's gonna do the right things. We trust that our community is strong, and it's not a false bravado, it's not a false confidence. Like, I believe we're gonna be okay. We gotta go through a little bit right now. But yeah, we'll see each other on the other side of this, and one thing or another will happen, you know. And even if Gym 244 closed, if we were closed for 2 months and we couldn't manage, you know, that's just something that happened, and we'll see each other somewhere else.